How's it going, everyone? I'm Isle, and for today's StarCraft, I have two South Korean players that are both doing really well at the moment. First of all, we have our Protoss player in the top right corner of Ancient Sister and playing for Twisted Minds. It is Classic. His opponent is our Blue Terran in the bottom left, playing for Team Envy. It is Cure. Classic versus Cure. Hello. Ooh. Could be very interesting. Both of these players are actually on some very good form over the last couple of months. They're both playing really good. I think Classic is definitely turning a couple of heads with his Protoss play. At a time where a lot of people are saying that Protoss is really not performing as it should at the top level. Anyway, to start this off, Cure is going for a very odd barracks placement, proxy barracks, that is, right here, like, right next to the natural, right next to the main, behind the third, mineral lines, like, that's so close. Ooh, and then he goes for an eBay block. That's annoying. Okay, Probe's gonna see something is not on. Okay, so Classic might start looking around. Yeah, he's already going for the Zealot. Cybercore coming up. All he needs to do is just walk something right here. This Reaper. Okay, so the Zealot is out, but here comes the Reaper. Zealot is never going to catch that Reaper, so it's going to be up until the Stalker is out before anything can really happen. There are more Reapers on the back of this. Micro seems pretty decent from Classic so far. He keeps microing back the workers that are losing a little bit of health. He might lose one there. That's two workers in total. Oh, Classic. Move a little bit forward, please. Alright, he sees it. Yep, there we go. And now he's going to react. That should lift up, and off it goes. Okay, so there are two Reapers out. Two workers going down. Not too bad. Behind this, we have Widow Mines, as well as the CC coming up, and then the Starport. Barracks is going to come back home all the way. Yeah, the Stalkers shouldn't be able to get rid of it. We're going to see the Reapers jump in once more. But, yep, there's another Stalker. Should be pretty safe. Now, these two players are not... Ooh, another worker. Couple of grenades. Ooh, he tries to bounce him closer. One more goes down. Okay, so that is, what's that? 5 in total. Actually, 5 is not bad. Ooh. Classic response in kind with a proxy pylon. Widowmine. Medevac's coming up. Widowmine's going to be with it. What is the follow-up here from Classic? Gateways. So he's going to be doing something a little bit aggressive because his natural was delayed. Yeah, here it is. Now, Cure's got no idea about this. As I was saying, these two players are not known for their, out there and aggressive strategies. At least, traditionally. Yet in this game, we see Cure go for proxy barracks, followed up with a proxy gateway from Classic. Yep, the world is upside down. If Classic can do a little bit of damage with this, I think he's going to be in a very good spot. Because this is only a single Widow Mine. I don't think it's going to do too much. Meanwhile, we're going to have more warp-ins here. He's going to try to delay this natural expansion from going down. Okay. The Widow Mine has burrowed. Okay, he's trying to get good value. So he's going to burrow it now. Take the single worker. And he's actually going to get out with it. Very nice work there by Cure. Classic at this stage just setting up a little bit of a blockade out here. Warping in some more. There's a tank and a couple of Widow Mines along with the Raven. I don't think Classic can get too much done here. But being able to delay that natural is obviously very good for Classic. Widowmine's going to go in once more. boosting along. Bing. Oh, nice little probe micro there, jumping on top of that Widow Mine, knowing exactly how much health it has left, and making sure that he can actually get rid of it before something bad happens. Kyo's gonna now try and move out. I mean, there's a lot of units here. These tanks. Tank from the high ground. That being said, is there enough Protoss? I don't think so. No. It's gonna delay it a little bit. That was very tight. Here comes some more Stalkers. Okay, Kyo's not gonna go for it. He's happy to stay a little bit more defensive. Never mind. He's gonna go for it. Tank is still gonna be here. This is a difficult position here. At the same time, third base is going up for Kyo, Classic. One of the players with a C in their name. We have Marauders coming out. That's going to help a lot against these Stalkers. We also have the combat shields for the Marines. Interesting play here. Now this is a very delayed natural. Finally it's going to go down. The SCVs are eventually going to start being able to mine. Now, Kyo's been creating workers decently, so he's not that far behind in terms of worker count. Ooh, double Widow Mine coming in once again. He actually picks one up there. Moves it around. This does delay. Oh, it delays the mining quite well. Second one isn't going to be able to get in. Does get one worker. At the same time, we have the Stalkers moving in once again. A couple of Marines dropped on this side. But it seems like Kyo's going to be a-okay with this one. Yeah, you got to be careful. Oh, Classic, you're not looking. Oh, wait, he doesn't have blink. Oh, obviously, he doesn't have blink, so he's just going to walk those Stalkers out of there. He wants to make sure he can engage away from those tanks. He has an observer in the air. So, yeah, those Widow Mines aren't going to be able to get their shots off. Two very low health Stalkers. Okay, we have a bunch more gateways coming up. Blink is finally being researched along with +1 weapons for... Yeah, hello. Yeah, there it is. For Classic. How's the upgrades looking here? Do we have any E-base just yet? Single one. Wherever it is. Oh, there it is. No upgrades coming out for Cure. This is a close one. A little bit of a slower start here because of the aggressive openings from both players. Warp Prism is now coming out. It's interesting that he's going for the Warp Prism considering that he's got this forward warp in. But I guess he wants to be able to lift up and give those Stalkers kind of an additional blink. Just more micro ability. Ooh, nice little engagement here from Classic. Marauders have got their concussive shells, so they are able to slow the units. The Zealots are taking a lot of hits. This tank up here is doing a very good job. It hasn't got too many kills, but it's just able to push away that Protoss army. Make sure that it's not in a position where Classic can do a lot of damage. Ooh, gets rid of a medevac. That's very nice. Goodbye, Zealots. Classic just being very annoying, hanging around here. Oh, they did... Oh, one of the Widow Mines got in here. I actually missed it. Looks like it was in the main base. But yeah, 7 probes going down. Okay, finally we should see the third base coming up here for Cure. Classic has already got his 4th going up. Random medevac just chilling about. And finally, yep, this gets dealt with. Forces Classic to go home. Classic really needs to start thinking about his splash damage, and he's doing so by going for a Robo Bay. So, most probably, gonna see some Colossus. Gets rid of the Observer. Very nice. Unless maybe Classic's deciding to go straight for nice little Zealot warp in here, or at least drop. Unless Classic's gonna go straight for Disruptors, we'll have to see what his choice is. I don't mind either. Colossus obviously gives you nice consistent damage, but easier to counter. and not quite as explosive in terms of the damage as the Disruptor. The Disruptor can turn the tide of a battle if it gets a good hit, which, you know, it can't be micro to get. Very Marauder heavy army here from Cure, and he's going to stim forward. Actually starts stimming from very far away. The Raven goes down. Ooh, nice little flank here from the Zealot. Blinking forward aggressively. Widowmines are going to burrow. Ooh, could be dangerous. Hits a bunch of the Zealot. Ooh, Marauders still live. There's a lot of medevacs in the air. So the Marauder's doing good. It is going to be Colossus here, along with extended Thermalords. This is a lot of Marauders. Marauders love fighting against Stalkers. Got to be careful. Oh, a lot of Zealots go down. Here comes the Colossus. Not as great against the Marauders, but does help a little bit. War Prison comes in, gets a whole bunch of Zealots reinforcing, even though they're standing around and doing nothing. Now they're getting into the action. No, they're standing. Zealots! These four are the laziest four. These are the kind of Zealots you don't want in the army because they're just trying to shirk work as far as they go. Hopeless. Okay, warping on this side. Going to be more Zealots ready for a bit of a run by, or maybe just to intercept this army that is rotating around. It's going to be DTs along with an extra gateway. How many Colossus is he going to go for? I am guessing the usual 3 before switching over to Disruptors. Now, Classic has actually been making use of High Templar a lot in his games, and it's been working quite well for him. So I want to see if he does that transition again. He doesn't have the Templar archives just yet, but it'll be interesting to see if he goes that direction or if he's going to go for the standard and just make Disruptors. This stage is not making either. I don't think two clock. I don't know what that sound was. It's like speaking Klingon. 2 Colossi. Widowmines do burrow. 1 worker, 2 workers, 1 Stalker. At the same time, Zealots are doing a good job here. Vikings are gonna start getting rid of the War Prism. At the same time, there is an army here moving up for Cure. Cure's already got his ghost, so he's in a good position. Nice little EMP there on those Stalkers. Aggressive blinking forward. This is obviously not the whole Terran army, but it is majority of the Protoss defenses. And Classic is going to be chasing that one away. These Widowmines have been dealt with, but a secondary Terran army is moving up this way. It's not quite that big, and it seems like Classic's rotation is actually going to be very on point here. But at the same time, as I say that, we're going to have a second army moving up to the top left once again. Okay. Classic so far doing alright, but here we go. This Nexus is done, and I don't think there's anything. Yep, Classic's going to be able to do against it. That base does go down. There's still Widowmines. There we go. There we go. Okay, finally gets rid of it. This army's going to push a little bit forward. There are Zealot Warpins as well as a couple... No, extra more. There's a shield battery, so this is a bit of a harder position to break into. 2 Disruptors coming up at a time. I do like that. I think Disruptors are going to help just keep this Terran army at bay, that is. Because 3 Colossus, it's nice for consistent damage, but yeah, they just don't do it against the Marauders. Definitely much more specialized to deal with. Ooh, gotta be careful. Terran army's gotta be very careful. There comes the Disruptor shot. I mean, this is not easy to control for... Ooh, good stum. For Classic, because if his Zealots go a little bit far forward, they do get hit by their own Disruptors. It is now 4 base versus 4 base, as Classic has got a planetary Cure. Has got a planetary fortress up here. It's going to be a big doom drop into the main base. It is spotted though. There's an observer here. It's going to be a multi-pronged attack. I can't talk again. And here we go. Big drop into the main base. Right in the middle of the Protoss infrastructure. And this makes it hard for Classic to defend. 1 Robo does go down. Dark Shrine is gonna go down. That's an expensive building. Bunch of SCVs, probes are going down as well. I think Classic should be able to get rid of these medevacs. Well, at least get rid of that army. That DT doesn't get very far. Once again, Cure pushing in from another angle. 6 SCVs go down to those DTs. Cure's playing a very clean game here. If I mix up the names, I'm sorry. I'm trying. Here we go. Zealots charging forwards. Disruptors disrupting. Colossus lasering. But at the same time, here we go. Oh. That always makes me stressful. When the Terran just decides to stand and fight against the disruptor that's about to explode. This base does get taken out. That's 16 SCVs, 10 probes going down. This double medevac has dropped in once again. This is chaos across the map. Zealots and disruptors going forward. More probes falling. More SCVs falling. Classic has got the worker lead, but he is not able to deal with these armies in his natural and in his main. Okay, he has recalled now. He's not going to go for the base race, so he's recalled a lot of his army. Where's the rest? He has recalled, right? Yeah, he must have. Ah, there it is. Go blinking forward, trying to get rid of the medevacs with units in. Whew. These two really going hard at each other. Okay, so at the end of that, let's have a look at the damages. So a lot more minerals have been lost for the Protoss, but more gas for the Terran. Now gas is obviously a pretty important one, as your high tier units cost gas. Whew. Ghost coming forward. This has become a very scrappy game. We're at 17 minutes already on Ancient Cistern. We are well into the late game. What is the transition going to be? Or is there going to be a transition at all for Classic? Is he going to just keep doubling down on the double disruptor? I don't mind it, but Cure's micro, he's pretty good with his micro. Cure's a very solid player. He's just solid. He is good with macro, good with his micro. He's not as, intense as a Bian or as flashy, I guess you can say it. But that doesn't mean he's not a good player. He's fantastic at this. Oh, good pickup. Fantastic at this game. As we can see, they're very on top of his army. It is still 4 base versus 4 base, although that being said, the main base or the main CC has lifted, gone over to the 3rd, or the original 3rd at least. Yeah. One Stalker being very brave. Second Terran army moving at the top here once again. Army supplies are not quite maxed out. The income advantage is here for Classic. You can see both players struggling a little bit with the gas income. Don't have that great income in terms of their gas. Attempted Zealot run by, not very successful at all. I love the DTs mixed in here. Forces Cure to be using scans, and if he's not awake, those DTs do slash through a lot of units. They're very strong. Can be used as part of the main army. There's still one Colossus alive, by the way. Okay, here we go. EMP is going down on the Stalkers. No! Oh, he gets rid of one of his own DTs. This is a good little push. Some ghosts are falling. Oh, big hits on the infantry there in the mineral line. At the same time, once again, Cure going against the 3rd base of Classic. Again, a little bit of a base trade. Just a minor one. But here we go. Good position here for Cure. Classic is moving into the natural. He's going to get rid of that. The CC, that is. Going to move into the 3rd. The 4th has been taken out. Now the 5th has been acquired, yeah, but that's 22 SCVs going down. And here comes the probe straight into the Terran army. Ouch. This CC is going to be taken down. Oh, that's a lot of SCVs falling. Eventually it does go down. Here comes the Terran army to reinforce. And at the same time, a flanking force coming from the right here, trying to catch Cure's Classic's army. Some of it does get recalled, but a lot of it does not. That is actually two very good force fields. That did a lot. And allowed these stalkers to get out. Kira's on 4 workers. 4. That's not many. And he's up against 8 disruptors and 37 probes. He still has a decent army. Kira's army obviously a little bit bigger. And actually behind on the upgrades. Quite badly. So he's only got +1 attack and +2 armor, whereas it's +3, +2 for Classic. I think the longer this game goes on, the better it's going to be for Classic, because how do you remake that economy? He has he's only on 1 CC, 1 orbital. That doesn't even allow you too many mules, and he can't. Ooh, big hit there from the disruptor. Oh, the disruptor's doing so much. Cure microing his heart out here, but he's losing units here and there to this constant disruptor barrage coming out from Classic. Probes coming to fight. They are ready to die for Aya. Cure's continuing to push forward, but he's now only at 48 supply, and there are more disruptors. Ooh. That was a good engagement. I actually don't know if that was that good for Classic, for Cure. Those disruptors just constantly getting decent hits time and time again. This base does go down. A lot of probes are going to fall here. Yep, there they go. Classic is going to go straight for the counter attack. This game has become insane. There goes the orbital. Cure doing a Silver League move. He's lifting up his buildings. He doesn't have the army advantage now. And with these disruptors, I mean, there's still 7 disruptors. Oh, he's got to be careful. Here comes the Terran army. Back to defend. There you go. Apparently 1 disruptor can kill 1 marine. It would have been great if Cure just decided to micro that marine the whole time. Avoid any damage from the disruptor and be able to kill it. That would have been so funny. Nexus being remade here. 4 workers. What is this game? But yeah, the upgrade advantage is there for Classic. Both players have almost no income. This base is landed again. Some mules are mining, so that's why you can see Cure's income going up quite drastically. He can make marines out of that, which is not a bad unit. Gonna see a EMP, yep, on that entire Protoss force. Oh, Cure, you've got to be careful. 1 wrong step. That is a good EMP getting rid of that observer. 1 wrong step, and he could lose his entire army. Those ghosts are going to be so valuable. If he can keep getting rid of the shields of this Protoss army, he definitely has a way out of this match. Supplies are very close now. Actually, this is really hard. Those mules putting in some good work for Cure. This Nexus is finally going to finish. Cure a little bit indecisive. He's going to turn around. But the Terran army is right outside his doorstep, and I think this could be very good for Cure. Yep. The space is going down. And still, Classic has almost no income. Every unit counts in this game. Some long distance mining from these probes, but look at that income. It's pathetic. Classic's gonna have to rely on his army. Meanwhile, Cure does have some income, so he's remaking Marauders. And, and I was favoring Cure. Oh, look at the micro. But now I was favoring Classic, I should say. But now I'm really starting to feel that this map is in Cure's hands. If he can take a good engagement, keep his resources going, because he's still producing. Classic cannot produce. He can't even make his probes. Oh, I think he let out too many disruptor shots there all at once. You really want to trickle them out. Decent micro, yeah. But he's not really getting any hits. Cure Supply is now in the lead. Look at that. Look at that force field. Disruptors, they're just not getting the hits. EMP goes down once again. Classic is in some serious trouble. The disruptors, okay, decent hit over there. But they're not getting the hits they need. There's only 3 disruptors left. Very little stalkers. 37 army supply against 31. Whew. It takes 1 disruptor to change the tide of this battle, but good pickup micro there. Yeah, in these engagements, oh no, that's 1 disruptor going down. That's only 2 more disruptors. The sentry as well. Oh, this is looking bad for Classic. Yeah, what is he gonna do? He's decided to go across the map, but I don't think he's got too much more in it. It's just more Marauders coming out, and I love the choice of Marauders. You can't just be losing Stalkers like that. Disruptor. The splits are good. The splits are good. Cure is microing his way to victory in this map. Classic is down to 22 supply. This Prism is in danger. EMP went down again. It still only takes 1 disruptor, but there is nothing left to soak damage here for Classic. To provide space for those disruptors. The War Prism's getting so low. What is it? Literally 2 stalkers and 2 disruptors. Classic doesn't want to lose this game, but I don't think he's got a choice. He's got nothing. An intense Engia coming down to the wire. He's going to try and get 1 Hail Mary disruptor. That is not going to happen. I think that's going to be the game. Classic trying his best, playing a good game, but Cure just being able to get the better engagements here at the end. It's 2 workers for Classic, 13 army supply. Remember, some of that, only a little bit is caught. Only 1 supply is caught in that observer. You can't even get workers with these disruptors. He's trying, but yeah, I think, yeah, I feel sorry for him. It was a very valiant attempt, but here comes the Terran army. He tries to blink away. All the stalkers are gone. Even if this disruptor hits, this game is over. Cure, with an impressive fight, is gonna get rid of Classic in this 28-minute match on Ancient Cistern. Now we're just seeing the slow death. That anticlimactic death from from Classic. Oh, look at the Viking. Once that Viking comes out, it's game. There we go. GG gets called. Classic realizes there's nothing he can do. But that was a really good game with a couple of base trades, a whole bunch of scrappiness here at the end. And I really hope you enjoyed it. I had so much fun casting it. If you did enjoy it, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more StarCraft content. And most definitely subscribe. No, I just said subscribe. The other one, like, the thumbs up thingy. Do that if you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.